Now you might be saying to yourself, isn't a Triceratops a dinosaur? And you would be right. A Triceratops is a dinosaur. And my sweet girl, for years, has told everyone that she was attacked by a Triceratops. Y'all, thank you. My daughter is just gorgeous, and always has been. I mean, I know I'm biased because she's mine, but she has always just been drop dead beautiful, except for once when she was about 3 and she cut her own hair, and she took the scissors and she cut in on both sides right above her ears, and it was terrible. The woman at the salon, bless her heart, she tried so hard to fix it, but my sweet, beautiful baby girl ended up looking a whole lot like Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka, and it was that way for about 6 months. So that was her ugly period, but even then she was beautiful. She does have one flaw though, and she is very self-conscious about it, and I thought that I would jump on here and I would tell you guys the story of how she came to have this flaw, because she was attacked by a Triceratops. Now you might be saying to yourself, isn't a Triceratops a dinosaur? And you would be right. A Triceratops is a dinosaur. And my sweet girl, for years, has told everyone that she was attacked by a Triceratops. So what happened was that we were at one of those drive-through petting zoos where you see all the exotic animals. There's giraffes, there's gazelle, there's things like this. And you drive through it, and sometimes you can get like a bucket of feed and hold it at your window, and the giraffe will stick his little head in and he'll eat some of the food. And it's so cute. And we've all done it. We've taken our kids to these things. And there are signs every, 60, 70 feet that say, do not get out of your car. Stay in your vehicle at all times. Well, her dad is not one to just blindly follow rules, right? And he proceeded to get out of the car. And we had a minivan. It was a Dodge Grand Caravan. So he had the hatch on the back up, and he and the kids were in the back as I was driving through, and he decided that it would be way better, that they could get a much better look if they just got out. So he got out and he took my sweet little girl, who was probably about 6, 7 years old at the time, and he got her out and he was like, man, look at all these animals. And she was all excited. She was like, Daddy, look, it's a Triceratops. And the next thing you know, said animal is running towards us at full speed and is clearly hissed. And he picks her up and throws her in the back of the van as I'm driving to get away from this animal, and he darts in behind her. Well, in his haste to put her back in the back of the car, she knocked her shin on the hitch on this minivan, and she's screaming her head off that her leg is broken, that this Triceratops had chased her and her leg was broken. And her dad, my now ex-husband, was like, your leg's not broken, you're fine. We've paid whatever it was, $50 to go through this zoo. We're gonna finish it. You're fine. Your leg's not broken. You're okay. Quit crying. I'll get you some peanuts. And so she calmed down, and we finished up at the petting zoo and whatever, but forevermore, she had a giant dent in her shin where that bone was in fact broken. When it had made contact with that hitch, it had just like taken a divot out of the bone, and there's a dent in her shin now. But not because a Triceratops chased her, because a rhinoceros chased her, and she had to be thrown back into this van. But when she told that story for a good 8 years, the way she told it was that she got that dent in her leg because a Triceratops chased her. And this child told this story so convincingly that people didn't even question it. They were like, oh my God, a Triceratops did that? Not even realizing what they were saying. Of course a Triceratops didn't do it. There's no such thing as a Triceratops. And that, to this day, is that child's only physical flaw. She is gorgeous, and nobody even notices the dent in her leg except for her. So if you're ever at a drive-through petting zoo and there's a sign that says, don't get out of your vehicle, keep hands, feet, and all objects inside the vehicle at all times, there's a reason for that. Don't get out, and don't let a Triceratops get you.
Pretty wild, bizarre story, isn't it? And at first I was a little bit convinced, and perhaps a little bit confused as well. The fact that this girl was, allegedly chased by a Triceratops, which obviously it wasn't, because Triceratops are dinosaurs and dinosaurs are extinct. But the fact that this girl told this story so convincingly, like this woman says to all her friends for a good 8 years, that the dent in her leg that she actually hit off the hitch of the car, it must have been a pretty bad smack to cause a permanent dent in your leg. But the fact that she told that she was chased by a Triceratops, and I'm not surprised that people believed it, because the story was that convincing convincing and that compelling and that bizarre that it's obviously, you know, forced the mom to come on here and, you know, retell the story. Yeah, I don't get where she got the Triceratops thing from. I really don't, because if it was from like rhinoceros instead, where does the Triceratops come into the ball? I'm not quite sure on that. But either way, it's a great way to get people's attention and get people interested and invested into the story, which is what this girl did. But obviously this all could have been avoided if this woman's ex-husband just, you know, abided by the rules like, yeah, you're meant to, like every other person's meant to. Literally, if you tell it, yeah, there's a reason why in these petting zoos there's the, you know, warning signs every 60 feet or so: do not get out of your car because it is dangerous and it is, you know, not safe for you. Yeah, if, you know, with some people, if they see something that tells them not to do it, they're gonna do it, aren't they? And that's exactly what's happened here with this man. And again, it just could have been avoided if he just stayed in the car and they just carried on petting zoos and let the giraffe come in, head peep into the car and eat some food, and yeah, move on to the next sightseeing, and yeah, everything's all good. But no, this all blew up. This adventurous and shocking, yeah, petting zoo drama definitely turned into something that this family wouldn't have been expecting. At least there was not by a Triceratops.